Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Shane. Welcome back down to the workshop. Yes, I am finally back. I've had a bit of a break, as you can see from behind me. We've been upgrading a little bit. I've got a little bit more done to the workshop. That's still continuing. But yeah, I'm back, and we've got a bit of a change around the way things are going to be done from now on the channel. Where before I was mainly doing just tutorials, that was for like the online classes in schools and such. Now we're going to be changing it. So for you guys, basically, if you want to see me build something from film, TV, game, anything, cosplay or LARP related, I'll try to make it LARP safe if possible. But if you want to see me build something, then join my Patreon if you can. The link will be in the description below. It's only $1 a month, or you could pledge as much as you like, and you will get to pick what I build from start to finish on the YouTube channel. So the first one I've done for you, which was voted for by the Twitch followers, which is Mazakeen's Hellblades from the series Lucifer. And here they are. So these have just been finished. These are Crambit design blades. Okay, and these are all foam. So these are actually LARP safe. These can bend, twist, do whatever. Yeah, there's no core in them. But yeah, it's basically just made up to look like rough metal or like stone or metal mix, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, there's two of these, and she wields these to great effect in the show. And yeah, so we've made these live on the Twitch stream, and I recorded it, and you guys get to see it as a build here. So guys, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and the bell. It really helps me out. And if you want to join this Patreon and have a chance of deciding what we go on to next time, the link will all be in the description below. Okay guys, so without any further ado, let's jump into it, shall we? So to start with, I used Inkscape on the computer to create a simple template that I can cut out and use to transfer to foam. Once we have our template cut out, we can then, using simple pins, pin it to a piece of 8mm craft foam, 45 gram density, or Plastizote, whichever you can find, or even the floor mats will be fine, but this was LD45 Plastizote foam. So the pins hold it in place while I transfer the design to foam. Once we have one drawn out by our template, cut it out and then use that as your template to cut out the rest of the sheets that you need. Now I did 3 sheets to each dagger to allow me to take out a few grooves and make mistakes if need be. Once we have all 6 sheets cut out that we need, then we can start gluing them together. I use Alpha Fix-A-Fix to do this. It's a lot like a barge that they use in the States. Over here in UK, it's a lot stronger than most of the other glue adhesives that are out there. Once you've glued up all three sides, then start putting it together. Now try and keep the seams together as much as you can, that way it'll stop a lot of cutting and sanding that will be required to do later. Now once all three parts are put together for both of them, we're going to smooth off the blade area, the top and the underneath, or any areas we can use with a belt sander, because the blade needs to be chamfered just slightly to create that blade effect. Once the blade section's done, you can start using a rotary tool just to go in on those smaller curves, as there are quite a lot of these. Don't worry about the handle grips or anything like that yet, we're just sorting out the blade section and the handle to make sure it's all smooth. Now I'm happy with the basic outline shape, I will start using the template and drawing on the lines where I'm going to be needing to cut sections out and make other indents into the handles. Once I'm happy where I've made my marks, I can start cutting the chamfer onto the blade and taking little small cuts out of the handles just to give it that little concave section where it sinks in. Once I'm happy I've cut out all the parts I need to for the first one, it's wash and repeat for the second one. Once we've removed as much as we can with a knife, it's time for the sanding. So here you can see me using the belt sander to smooth out the blade, put a little chamfer on both edges and take out as much as I can with the belt sander. Once we've done that, we'll then go on to the rotary tool and we'll be using the tip as well as the main rounded drum to create that little concave section into the handles, smooth out the rings and just add any little bits of detail we need to. with all our sanding done, we can now use the knife to cut in any final little bit of details, make any little small alterations. But then it's time to use a soldering iron or a wood burning tool and start adding our little burns and roughing up the texture of the foam just by giving it a quick once over or 2 or 3 scrapes with a wood burning tool. This will give us that rough metal rock look that we're after. So when you're using a wood burner on foam, please use a mask as it does give off some toxic fumes. We're just adding the little bit of blade detail down the blade, adding some little effects, some roughing up the texture of the foam, just by running the hot wood burner over it multiple times and scruffing it up. Once we're happy with the blade, how we've done it with the burning, we can then start the latexing. Now I haven't filmed the latexing as you've seen me do it a number of times on other videos. However, if you need me to go over it again in the future, let me know. So from here I did the latexing and then I added a black coat with Flexi Paint Black. Here you can see me using the silver iron pigments from Flexi Paint or Tyke Supply, where I'm just adding a little bit of Isoflex to the mix and then just gently dry brushing it on all over. Once we're happy with the silver, we can then start adding on to a little bit more grime and girth. So here I add a little bit of watered down black and I'm just going over the creases and just rubbing it all in. Once we've covered it all in the watered down black, we just dab it off. So we just take it off the high points, leaving the low points in blackness, so it darkens up the silver. Then we can just go on to the high points again with a little bit of chrome just to shine them off so it looks like it's been worn. For these high points I use the Tamara chrome paint. I'm literally just dry brushing it over the high points. This just adds a little bit more texture. Okay guys, so there we have it. Mazikeen's Hell Blades, or Hell Knives, whichever you want to call them. Now these are Larp safe, and because there's no core in them, but they're mainly just going to go up on the wall, and that's where they're going to stay. But if you like this video, please hit the subscribe and the bell. You'll be alerted whenever I go with new stuff. If you want to have a chance to decide what we go on to the next time, you need to join my Patreon. The link will be in the description below. And all my other social media stuff, including my Twitch channel and everything else. But yeah, that's it guys. It's good to be back, and hopefully these will be coming out a little bit more regular, but it won't be every week, because I'll be trying to do my normal workload plus a request for Twitch as well as for you guys. So hope you enjoyed it guys. Hope you build along and have your own hell knives, and I shall see you in the next build. Cheers guys, see you soon.